Basketball fans, welcome to the Nderitu Basketball YouTube channel, your one-stop shop for everything about the NBA. The Miami Heat, coming off a disappointing 24-25 season, have made a significant move to bolster their offense by acquiring Norman Powell in a three-team trade. In addition, alongside their existing core, this positions the Heat to be a more competitive team in the Eastern Conference for the upcoming 25-26 season, potentially making a deep playoff run. So the last time I talked about the Miami Heat, they were in deep into the Jimmy Butler antics, and Jimmy Butler forced his way out of the Miami Heat and got traded to the Golden State Warriors. Ever since, the Miami Heat have regressed, and they got swept by the Cavs in the first round. It was very disappointing. So their roster bolstered by Norman Powell. So following a first-round playoff sweep in the 2024-2025 season at the hands of the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Miami Heat acquired Norman Powell in a three-team deal with the Clippers and Jazz, sending Kevin Love and Kyle Anderson out. And this move directly addresses their needs for more offense, ranked 21st in offensive rating last season. So the Heat were not able to score the ball very well, and Jimmy Butler really carried this Heat team. And we could see the effect of the Jimmy Butler departure. So the offensive boost in the backcourt, Norman Powell, who averaged a career-high 22 points for the Clippers in the 24-25 season, joins All-Star Tyler Hero, who averaged a career-best 24 points per game, 5.2 rebounds, 5.5 assists in the 24-25 season to form a potent scoring backcourt. This provides much-needed continuity and offensive firepower. And the defensive concerns and supporting cast, while the Hero Powell backcourt presents defensive challenges, the Heat's roster includes strong defenders who can compensate. So we've got Andrew Wiggins, acquired in the Jimmy Butler trade. He remains a very good wing defender. He averaged 19 points per game, 1.2 steals, 1 block per game in the 24-25 season. His presence is crucial for perimeter defense. Then Bam Adebayo is a perennial Defensive Player of the Year candidate and a defensive anchor. He averaged 18 points per game, 9.6 rebounds per game, 1.3 steals per game, and 0.7 blocks per game in the 24-25 season, contributing significantly to the team's 9th-ranked defensive rating last season. Then we have Kelly Oubre, the 15th pick of the 2024 NBA draft, showed promising two-way potential in his rookie season when he averaged 9.3 points, 7.4 rebounds per game, and 1.1 blocks on the 2024-2025 season, and is considered an untouchable asset. So the projecting starting lineup for the Miami Heat: at point guard, got Tyler Hero; a shooting guard, Norman Powell; a small forward, Andrew Wiggins; power forward, Bam Adebayo; and Kelly Oubre at center. So the Heat not only have a very good, solid starting five post Jimmy Butler, but also they're a solid bench unit. The Heat also possess a strong bench with players like Davon Mitchell. He's a defensive guard, and an intriguing prospect with Kasparas Jakujonis. James Jackis Jr. is highlighted as a key reserve who could provide a significant boost if he improves in his sophomore season. So the Eastern Conference outlook, and looking at how the Eastern Conference is, it's wide open. It's very weak in the 2025-26 season due to significant injuries to top stars and the top contending teams. So while a run to the NBA Finals is considered highly unlikely for the Heat because they don't have Jimmy Butler, the new look Heat are expected to make some serious noise in this upcoming season, and prove to be a headache to some of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. So, after a disappointing season, I had lowered my expectation for the Heat, and I can even say Jimmy Butler was the Miami Heat, and they have looked to shaping their roster, and especially getting scoring swingman Norman Powell and three-team trade. That was crucial, and also boost their offensive firepower with having a Norman Powell and Tyler Hero around the backcourt is something that is very crucial and very important for this team. So while their backcourt defense might be a concern, the Heat are banking on the strong defensive capabilities of Andrew Wiggins and Bam Adebayo and promising young center Kelly Oubre to anchor their defense. So with a solid starting five and capable bench, the new look Heat are positioned to be a more competitive force in a weakened Eastern Conference in the 25-26 season, potentially making a deep playoff push if they can. I don't think they can make the NBA Finals, but given the fact that they have tried to save face because of the whole Jimmy Butler situation mid-season, they had to trade him. They got swept in the first round by the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was very embarrassing. So this is a time where the Miami Heat, they're trying to get back. They're trying to get in the good books of the Heat culture, and also trying to pick up the pieces and pick up where they left off, because you can't just allow yourself to regress just because you traded your best player who took you to two straight finals trips in 2020 and 2023. So the Miami Heat getting Norman Powell is a big acquisition. I'm really liking that, and also I'll be keeping track of the Miami Heat. And the East right now is wide open, and the Eastern Conference teams are recognizing that fact. And right now, the league is wide open. Any team that is formidable and has some structure in there, and they have the ability to forge an identity, is something that is important. And one thing I've seen with these teams and the new acquisitions is it's one thing to acquire players, but it's also another thing to forge an identity. Hopefully, the Miami Heat can be able to forge an identity with this core group of guys, because they have a very good starting five. I can't throw any shade on this starting five, because Tyler Hero is good. He is an all-star. Norman Powell, he had a career season with the Clips. Andrew Wiggins, he was very good for the Golden State Warriors, but somewhat his game it was not the best when he came and he played the second half of the season with the Heat. Didn't finish the season very well. Bam Adebayo is great. I don't know. There's a certain thing that has happened to Bam Adebayo. He's not been the same guy that was dominating like that. Hopefully, he can be able to find his groove back and get his game back. Then Kilel Wari at the center. Still a lot of work to do for the Heat, and not too much expectations. But even if they make it to the playoffs and make it past the first round, that can be a win on my book, because I don't think there's a lot of immense pressure in making sure that the Heat make it all the way to the NBA Finals. It's just going to be a tall ask, because in the East there are other teams. You have got the Orlando Magic, who made a power move, getting Desmond Bain. The Atlanta Hawks, they got better by the fact that they got Kristaps Porzingis, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then also we have the New York Knicks, who still have Jalen Brunson. They signed Jordan Clarkson, who came off a buyout, and he signed a vet minimum deal with the Knicks. So it's a tough situation, because when the East is wide open, it's up for grabs for anyone. So anyone wants to make it out of the East and hoist that Eastern Conference trophy and make it to the NBA Finals. So it's a tough one for the Heat, but their roster is not that bad. I can't put them as the favorites, because I mean, there's nothing that screams favorites when you look at a roster like this. This is what it is. So do drop me your comments down in the comments section, what you think about this. I'm talk to you guys in the next one. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, get notified, because it helps me out a ton. And I'm out. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace out.